Hi guys, in this lecture we will be talking about AWS Database Migration Service. So here in this video I will talk about how to do a migration of one kind of a database onto the cloud instance, that is the AWS service, which is a managed database services from AWS. We are going to use the utility which AWS provides, that's called database migration service, and we will take a MariaDB instance. We'll copy the data of MariaDB which is installed on a standalone host, and we will use this utility to migrate the entire data on the relational database services, which is RDS services of AWS. So let's see how it goes. So in order to make a standalone host, I make use of AWS EC2 instance in which I have installed MariaDB, or you can say MySQL. You can actually make use of the sample database which is already present, but in my case I have used this Excel sheet, just a small report that I had, which I loaded it one of the tables which I created. I will show that to you. So this is the data which I have used, and this is how it looks like on the table, and I will show you the, see, this is the, I will also log on to this and I will show you. So I already have my key, and now I'm going to log on to this host. So I've changed it to test database because I've created a database called test, and now I will show you the table in which I have loaded the data. So this is the data which I have loaded. So this is the table that I have created, and I am going to move all the data of this particular host which I have put on my standalone EC2 instance to one of the RDS instance, which is relational database service, which is a completely managed service by Amazon. So for this I will first explain that what needs to be done. You can make sure that you have access to this database server from the outside world. For that I'm just putting the default user. You can use root, or you can create any other user, and you can give it complete access. In order to know how to do it, I'm actually going to add this particular link, and you can read this link so that you can use MariaDB and you can make its users access the database from the external host. Okay, so once it is done, you can actually grant these permissions, these privileges for the root or any user of your choice, and then you can start the migration, and I will show you how to do it. So before we start our migration, we need to first understand the components that we are going to use. So the first component that we are going to use is our external MariaDB database, which is this one. And if you look, we have this I will copy the host name, DNS name here, this, and then we need to have an RDS instance. I will now make an RDS instance in front of you, and I am going to just create the basic RDS instance. Now I'm going to use the same instance type. I'm not going to make any fuss about it, that how it needs to be done, and if I can make another video where where I can migrate MariaDB data to an Oracle instance, but for the sake of simplicity I'm just using RDS as a for MariaDB, so that I can transfer the MariaDB instance data to another RDS instance of MariaDB. So here I'm going to define all my general public license, the instance, then I will take the T2 micro, which is the free tier. I'm going to allocate I'm just going to use the default one, my MariaDB RDS instance. Username I'll put at root. I'll put my password, maybe and now I am going to launch this. So before I launch this, it will ask me for all these things, publicly accessible or not, then availability zone. I'm not putting any, I'm just putting existing security group, which is default for me, and then I'm going to use this database name, my MariaDB RDS instance, same default, and then DB parameter group and default, everything I'm going to put it as default, so that there should not be any challenge. I'm not putting any encryption, and I'm just not enabling any logs or anything. Just I'm not going to have a delete protection because I just want to delete it after this. So I simply will okay, so the database name would be test. I'm going to create the same database, right? So I'll just put test and I will launch. So it is going to take some time, and by the time I will go back to the next section. So moving to the third part of our entire exercise, we'll now have to look into the AWS database migration service tool. Now in this tool we have 3 stages, and we have got 3 basic sections. So first you need to have at least one source system, source database, then you have one target one, and then you have a replication instance. This replication instance is required to connect the source and the target systems. However, let's say if you want to move data from MariaDB to Oracle or PostgreSQL or any other, then you will have to use AWS schema conversion tool in order to generate the new schema. However, this will not be required if you are using Oracle to Oracle or MariaDB to MariaDB, like here in this case I am using MariaDB to MariaDB. So now in order to do that, I will have to start and create a replication instance. So I will create a replication instance in my next video, and then I will continue with the entire process. Thanks for watching this section. Hi, so in this lecture we are going to create our replication instance, and we'll start our database migration services. So we'll click, we will create let's say the name we'll put at MariaDB replication instance. Let it be like this, and I'm going to use the T2 micro. Then I'm going to use my default VPC. I don't need a multiple availability zone. Definitely I want to make it public accessible so that I can use it from here. I don't need 50 gigabyte. I will just make it 20 for the sake of it. Then we'll use the default security group which AWS provides, and then I will go for the maintenance. Again, I don't need a maintenance because I'm going to anyways delete it. So you can set it if you are really going to use it for upgrades or any kind of a maintenance. You need to select the maintenance window. Definitely these things are utilized when you have a real-time production database you are going to migrate. So this is the time when you can decide all these things. And then now we move on to a screen where the system is going to create a replication instance. Here you can see it says your replication instance is being created. You can start entering your endpoint connection details now. So what I'm going to do, this is my source section and this is my destination section. So this is the section that says to select the RDS DB instance. So I'm not having any RDS DB instance. This section could this option could be used in the case when you have RDS database, let's say MariaDB or any other DB, and you want to migrate it to another RDS instance, or maybe you want to move it to any other on-premise data source, or let's say if you want to move it to a standalone host. So here in this my case, I will just use this EC2 instance. I'm going to use this, but I'm going to copy this host name, and then I'm going to, this is already there, instance source, MariaDB is the source engine, my server name, I've just copied the, you can also copy the IP address, the port name is this, I'm going to use it, SSL is none. If you have a SSL key you can always use it, otherwise I'm going to use my password. Then I have, if you remember, I have already created a database instance over here in my previous video. This is my endpoint and I am going to utilize this endpoint over here. I'm just keeping all these things, and of course if let's say if you want to move, so your source engine, my source engine was MariaDB, my target engine is going to be MariaDB, but let's say in case if you want to move it to Oracle or something else, you can always go ahead and do that. However, here 3306 is my default port, and then my SSL mode would be none. I'm going to use is my username and password. If I go to the advanced section, we have similar kind of advanced section, extra connection attribute, KMS master key. If I want to, I've just given my default. Over here I'm also going to give my default, and I will wait till the time the replication instance comes back live. Okay guys, so my replication instance has been created successfully, and now after I have put all my username and password, and I can click on run test so that I can test all the endpoints are connected to this replication instance correctly, the input endpoint and the output endpoints. So basically what this particular test is going to do, we have this EC2 instance where I have put my MariaDB and my data which I am going to migrate it to RDS. I have taken this endpoint of this particular database, and I have added it, and I have also created one MariaDB instance on my RDS. Now what I am going to do, I am going to test these endpoints which will make sure that the replication instance is in sync with both the data sources, the target as well as the source. So here in the meantime you can see the test has been successful. Now I will move on to the next part of this entire exercise. So here it will say production, just the name of the endpoint, my MariaDB data migration. I'm just putting it a basic description over here. Migrate existing data, I can migrate existing data and replicate ongoing, replicate data changes. I can select all these things depending upon my need. However, at this point of time I'm just going to show you how to migrate the data, and I'm creating start task on create. So once I am done with my creation of replication instance, I will move on to create a task. Now this task will only talk about what I have to do. So let's say task settings, I go into task settings, it says target target table preparation mode, I will drop the table on target if there is any, and then I will include lob columns in replication. So I will select full lob mode. There is no such reason why I'm selecting. I'm just using these hints to make sure that my data goes smoothly. So even if you want, you can don't include the lob columns also. You can just leave those heavy columns. Then if you want, you can enable validation or enable logging. However, these are going to cost you, so I'm not going to have any such thing. Now apply exceptions, replicate status, so suspend tables, replication history, all those things, they control table. And you can actually create using target schema. Target schema I have is test, and I'm done, and then I'm going to create a table mapping. So for my table, the schema name I have is, I will select a schema which is I will just use let's use the whatever we have. So we'll just include everything and then we'll add it here. Once it is added, I'm not going to add any transformations rule because I'm not transforming anything. I'm just showing you how a basic data migration is done. And then once I create this task, it will start on its own, because if you remember, I have checked the option where it says upon creation of the task it will automatically start. So now the task will start, and in the meantime I will wait, and I will wait for its completion. So once it starts, I will show you, and then I will show you how the data gets migrated. So I'm starting the task, it is starting, and once it gets completed, I will show you how the data looks like on the endpoint server. So here it is getting started, and once it gets completed, I will show you. In the meantime, I will pause the video. Hi, so now the load is complete, and it has completed 56 total rows, and I will show you now how does it look like on a diff. So this is the relational database. I'm going to connect. So here is the result, and if you look at the data that I have actually imported, so as you can see here the incident number is 185468 and 185468, the serial number is this, and then the entire table has been migrated from an on-premise database of MariaDB instance to RDS, and this is what the use case was. I hope this lecture was helpful for you. And another thing that I want to mention over here is that we need to make sure that whatever database instances we are using for our purposes, we need to have it deleted, because if we are not going to delete it, we will have to incur the cost. So having said that, I'm going to delete all this entire. For me, I'm going to stop this instance because maybe I'll use it again, but for you, I would suggest make sure that all the RDS instances, everything you delete it. I just deleted it and I'm showing it to you. Make sure that for the replication instance also, you just delete everything, because if you're not going to delete it, it's going to cost you money, and that will be really difficult task. Like here it is creating the replication instance. Make sure that you delete it once you are done with this experiment, otherwise it is going to cost you money. So I'm ending this lecture, hoping that it is helpful for you to understand how a basic database migration can be done using AWS services. So you can see I have just now clicked it, so I'm deleting this, and I'm making sure that all my instances, endpoints, everything has been removed, otherwise it will cost me money. Again, again a recap that once you have external database or external data source, maybe an on-premise one or maybe data source from another cloud, you can connect it with the replication instance as an inbound inbound endpoint, which will get connected to an outbound, which is a target database instance. Maybe it could be RDS, or maybe you want to host your database in the AWS, so you can create a separate instance of a database in the EC2 instance, and you can connect that instance to this replication instance, and then you can define all the tools, tools parameter, all the tables and all the schemas, and it will import all the data that you intend to migrate from external source or an on-premise source to RDS or maybe an EC2 instance. So thanks for watching.